What's up guys, Rhino here and welcome to my latest FIFA 19 video. This video today guys is going to be a little bit different. So I've kind of got to the point with this game where I'm a little bit fed up with it in terms of like how competitive it is and stuff like that. And I just want to chill and just play FIFA for fun. So I've come up with a little new kind of mini kind of series I suppose, which I'm going to try and get underway. This being the first episode of it today. And it's going to be called 4 Games to Shine. Now it's kind of like squad builder based, so I'll kind of just like run through it as I'll talk about it as I do it, so I can kind of like explain how it works to you guys. Obviously because I've literally just made it up like, you know, like yesterday pretty much. Like I've literally just been thinking out of my head, trying to think of how it'll work and the best ways to do each and every part of it. So there may be the odd thing that needs a little bit of tweaking, and obviously you guys can let me know about that if there's something that you kind of, you know, you want to see change or disagree with and how I'm doing it. But for the first episode, I've got an idea of how it's going to go. So basically the idea of this, guys, is to put together a starting 11. I'm not going to worry about the bench or anything like that. You see I've literally just bronze benched it because I'm not going to be using any bench or reserves, anything like that. It's literally just put together a starting 11, which is from 4 different clubs. And basically you can't have, so I couldn't pick like 8 players from one club and then like 1 player from the other 3 clubs. It's got to be evenly spread. So I've got to go for 3 players from 3 of the clubs, and then obviously there'll be 1 club which only has 2 because that's how it fits into 11. But it should work all right. There's no budget or anything like that. Well, obviously apart from what I have. So obviously, as we kind of go through the year, hopefully I should be able to like put some slightly higher rated players in here, some of the more valuable ones. But it could be the case that, you know, sometimes because it is literally just going to be completely random as to what clubs I get, I may not be in the position to put in a really high rated player. But that's what's going to be so interesting about this, guys, is that hopefully this is going to be a way to kind of like discover a few hidden gems in the game and just try out some different players that I wouldn't normally use and just, you know, have a bit of fun with some of the players in the game. We could end up with like a full bronze team, could be full silver, could be full gold, it could be a mix, we don't know. But that's just enough kind of like chit chat there really for me. We'll just jump straight into it and kind of explain it as we go. So the first step is we want to get a formation. Now again, it's just going to be completely random, so I'm literally just going to scroll through it. I'm not going to look as to what it lands on. Obviously this is a good way to kind of just like practice with any different formation, so we'll just see what lands on. We'll go for that one there. So we are going to be playing the 4-3-3 flat for this particular squad, which is a nice formation. Should be fairly easy to get some links actually. Obviously that's the one kind of downside, is that if you're going for 4 different clubs, as much as you can get links between those particular players, you know, because it's any club in the game at all, is, you know, more likely it's going to be 4 different leagues and maybe not all players from the same nation. So we could end up with a bit of a mess, to be honest. There could be a lot of red links, but we'll see how it goes. So first club, we will see what comes up. So the first step is, again, I'm just going to flick across. I'm not going to look. I'll go for on the league. And the thing to point out, guys, as well, it doesn't, like, there's not like a certain position that I have to get the players in. So I don't know what league that's going to be. I'll just quickly flick down to club. Yeah, there's no position. I can literally pick players for any position I want. But once I've put a player in that position, I can't then go back and remove. So the first club is going to be WS Wanderers. Wow, I mean, who are they? Like, but this is where it gets interesting. This is the whole point of this, guys. Like, so these are the players we've got to pick from. Any players from this particular team. Obviously, I'm going to try and go for some of the more like higher rated ones because this is not exactly the strongest team out there. I'm not going to go for their striker because he doesn't look that good. I need to remember that I've only got 1 striker in this formation, so potentially they've got a fairly decent left back there. The right back isn't too bad. This centre mid isn't too bad either. Right winger, even that guy, he's pretty quick. I mean, where are the links on this? We go, yeah, it's just into the centre mid. The fullback doesn't link to the winger. But yeah, like I said, like once I put a player into the position, if I then pick a team or pick a club, sorry, a little bit later on in the video, and then I see that they have a player for a position that I'd really like, I can't then put him in. If that position's filled, then I've got to fill it with something else. So That's where you got to be careful about what you put in. I'm gonna go for this guy actually, this Bonavacia. He looks like a very good card. To be honest, I think what I might do is I might gamble and actually say that this is going to be the team which I only take 2 players from, as, to be honest, they don't have that many good players out there, and hopefully I might get 3 other clubs which are going to be a little bit better. I'm going to go for the left back as well, Raul Llorente, so I'm going to have those 2 linking together, and that is the 2 players that I'm going to pick from WS Wanderers. But like I said, now that I filled the left back and the left centre mid slot, I can't then go back and swap the players around and fill it again. I have to go there. I can put players into a position that off chem. So if I go for right wing, if I've got like a just right wing that's remaining, and I've got on a certain team they don't have a right winger that I can afford, or they just don't have one in general, I can put a player from a different position in. But obviously it's going to make it tougher, because obviously the chemistry purposes is going to be tougher to win games. But I'll get onto the game aspect of it anyway in a sec. We'll move swiftly on to the second team. Going to be a little bit of a quicker one, this one, in terms of deciding, and it is going to be Hamilton from the Scottish Premier League. Wow. Oh god. Jeez, look at that. This is literally bronze, guys. Oh, savage. What do I go for here? Maybe I should have picked an extra player from WS Wanderers. Like, this is where, as I'm saying, you got to be careful what you go for. I mean, I look at like the right winger, and like there's a striker, but I don't really want that as my striker. Like, surely I'd get a better club maybe in one of the other picks. So don't necessarily want to go for striker there. I might take this right wing back called Gordon. I don't know if they've got any good centre backs out there, probably like Kilgallen. To be fair, defensive and physical stats aren't actually that bad on him. I might go for... Yeah, what have they got down here? I can't imagine anything overly impressive down this end of the field. No, they're awful, aren't they? Blimey, that's a rough pick. I'm going to go for Kilgallen. I'll put him at centre-back. The issue is obviously, because I want to go for centre-back and the right-back, doesn't mean I'm then going to have like goalkeeper, centre-back, centre-mid that's going to be right in between. So it's going to be really difficult to get links here, guys. And no matter what, it's going to be tough. Like whatever players come up, not on my club. So we'll go for the right wing back, Gordon. He doesn't look too bad. Good pace, good physical, and also it's probably going to have to be. I've done it again. It's probably going to have to be a centre mid, I would have thought. Or I mean, I could go for a centre back, but then obviously whoever I get in goal then isn't going to have a link. So I'm going to have to go for a centre midfielder. We get a choice of McKinnon, potentially Shiembe, who, to be honest, looks pretty average. We've got Phillips, Taiwo. I'll go for Shiembe just because, even though McKinnon looks good with a 79 physical, that is just so slow. I don't feel like I'm really going to be able to do a lot of that. So we'll put Shiembe in there, into that slot. And that is all the players that we got from Hamilton, guys. And hopefully this is going to, we might get a slightly nicer pick, and this might actually mould into a slightly better team. The next team is going to be from that league, which I can't see. And it's going to be, the club is... Oh, any. Okay, we'll go again. The club is going to be HJK Helsinki. Wow. Oh, God. So they got a couple silvers, but that guy doesn't look too good. There's a right winger called Risky. But he's actually alright. He doesn't look too bad. They don't really have many players here that look as though they're going to be extremely good to get hold of. What is their goalkeeper like? Because to be honest, ideally, I'm hoping maybe I can get into the final club and just get like a really good front line. But their best goalkeeper is that guy who's a 61. Wow. But then the forwards aren't too good either. Oh, guys, this is rough. This has been a rough first episode. I did a practice run of this, and I managed to get I had RB Leipzig in a practice run as one of my teams. So I had Timo Werner up front, and it didn't go too badly. But I mean, I'm gonna have to hope that I get a similar team to get a decent striker here, or else this is gonna be really, really tough to play the games. I'm going to go for the goalkeeper. I'm actually going to go for the goalkeeper. I mean, he's probably going to let in like everything, but I need to give myself an opportunity to actually score a goal. I need to put a centre-back in, so we'll just literally search that anyway. None of them look particularly great, but I'm going to put him in just because of the perfect link. Patronen, he's not too bad, obviously perfect link there. And it does leave me with one more player to pick, so I mean, it would be logical to go for a centre midfielder just for chemistry purposes. There's a couple of decent choices actually. We've got Annan, and also this Yagubi. I'm going to go for Annan just because most of my midfield isn't overly quick, and 77 pace in midfield is actually okay. And so we've got 76, but 68 isn't that quick. So that'll be the picks there, guys. And now we just need a front line, which is obviously a bit of a risk because there's not going to be many teams out there that are going to have a really good front line that I can afford. So hopefully we get a team which can sort us out nicely. It's going to be from whatever league that is, and it is going to be... it's any again. Wow, what are the chances it landed on that? It's the Russian league, though. I saw that. So I think there's only like 3 teams in the Russian league, actually, isn't there? So this could be quite good, no matter what. Yeah, that's why it keeps landing on any, because there's only 3 teams. It's going to be... it's any again. It's going to be Spartak Moscow. Okay, so that's not too bad, but it's, you know, some goal players here. Quincy Promes is not actually going to be... I'm not going to be able to get him because he's, you know, he's extinct. Like, he's not in packs because he obviously plays for Sevilla. So we will go for... we'll try and get a forward line as and when we can. So we're going to go for Zé Louis up front, which is a decent striker. So we did quite well there to hold out on that front. Rest of the forward line, we do have Samedov, which is a decent player to go for. I could always put Luis Adriano out on the wide areas, which wouldn't be too bad. What else have we got? We got Hani, who, to be honest, could get away with playing him on the wing. There's Malgarejo, who looks alright. Pedro Rocha, Tashaev. Ooh, this is rough. I mean, if I could get Quincy Promes, that would be insane. But I'm pretty sure that he's just not in packs, really. I mean, oh no, it comes up with his Sevilla card. Comes up with all the Sevilla card, guys. I mean, there's not going to be anything that's under Spartak Moscow, and even if it does come up, it's going to be ridiculously expensive, and I'm not gonna waste my coins like that. So what I'll do is not club, because I don't want any of those guys. It's going to be Samedov. He's going to go on the right, and then I'm going to have to play somebody on the left, probably slightly out of position, maybe. Just because I want to get somebody who's actually, you know, I can use. So maybe like a Luis Adriano. As much as I could get one of the left wingers, I don't feel like they're going to be that good on the pitch. And yeah, Hani is alright, but I'm going to go for Luis Adriano, guys. I'm going to go for Luis Adriano. And he can go out wide. So that's the team. It's managed to get 77 chemistry. It's only a 65 rated. Not the end of the world. I'll just throw a manager in to try and get some extra chemistry. I mean, I don't know what to put in. I'll probably just focus on the gold players and try and boost them. See if I can get some Russian league players in there. I've just flicked across. I forgot how the manager thing works here. We can go right down to the end of the page, can't we? What's going on here? Yeah, once I put the manager in there, guys, basically the next move is to decide what I'm going to do with the team. So obviously, like, you know, we're getting to the main purpose of the video, 4 games to shine. So what it is that they're going to have 4 matches, and obviously it's whichever players perform well, they then basically earn a place in my club, and I'll keep them. And the players that don't perform very well, they will then be sold. And they're just not really going to be part of it in the future. But apart from that, like from that point onwards, I haven't really decided what to do with that. I don't know whether to like keep a track of like all the players which I've kept and do some sort of like Hall of Fame or something like that. But you guys can obviously kind of, you know, you can help me decide with that. I mean, I've no idea what to do with it in that sense. But yeah, for now, it's literally, that's kind of the idea that I've got. I've honestly have no idea what manager to put in. None of them seem to work at all. This is awful. None of them get any kind of links. I don't have a Russian league manager, which is tragic. But like, what other leagues have we got? So we got the Finnish league, the Australian league, and the Scottish league. Maybe I've got a Scottish league. Surely I've got a Scottish league one. Why is it so slow? Ever since the patch, it's been so slow. like when you press through the buttons, it's just been awful. Australian League, there we go. Throw him in. Redenton, that gets up to 79 chemistry, which isn't too bad. So now, you might have seen in the, obviously you got my ugly mug in the bottom left corner, but down in the bottom right corner, we do have a little wheel that I'm going to quickly just lean in and spin. So sorry if I get a little bit too close for comfort for you guys. I don't really have any way of avoiding that because it's on my computer. But I'm going to spin the wheel. Basically on the wheel we got 4 different options again. Of different game modes to use the team on. So there's squad battles, there's division rivals, there's online single match, and also single player seasons. Now, when I do an episode of this on a weekend, I will also add the 5th option in a FUT Champs, which is going to be proper risky. I mean, I'm going to like jump into a FUT Champs game one of these because, you know what, I'm at that point where I don't even care. I don't care for FUT Champs. You know, if I take a loss, I honestly don't care. So that is going to be a 5th option, but obviously right now today there is no FUT Champs. Weekend League is closed, so we will see what happens. I'm going to spin it 4 times. I'm not just going to spin it once and say that every game's got to be on that game mode. We're going to do it as like 4 different game modes potentially. Obviously the same game mode could come up more than once, so I could end up with all 4 the same, but hopefully it'll be a little bit of a variety. So yeah, let's just quickly lean in and give that a first spin. What is it going to land on? So the first match for this team is going to be in squad battles. Okay, that is interesting. That's not too bad actually, because I've not been playing a lot of squad battles, so we'll do that. Game number 2 will be... Is it squad battles again? It is. It's back-to-back squad battles games for this. I mean, scenes if it's all squad battles. I mean, I'll be starting to wonder if this is actually random, this wheel. But yeah, 2 squad battles games. Wow, it's actually squad battles again. 3 squad battle games. Okay, interesting. You know, this is some site that I've got. I'll have the link in the description to this site. I mean, if this is random, then fair, but. Okay, yeah, it is random. Game number 4 will be division rivals. Wow, that's tough. That's the toughest we could have got. So, guys, it's going to be 3 squad battle games and 1 div rivals game for this team. It's going to be rough. I mean, it's certainly got the 2 hardest picks, I would say, out of what you can possibly get. Single player season would be really easy because I'd imagine it's probably not even on that hard of a difficulty because I'm only in Division 9 on that. And online single matches, I've played a couple of those, and in general, they're quite easy. You come up against players who don't have like overly good teams. They tend to play it because they're not that good to play division rivals and stuff. But yeah, that's going to be the games that got to play, guys. I'm going to go ahead and build the team now, like buy the players and submit them in. And when it cuts back, it's going to be cutting straight into the gameplay, so you can see how this team got on. So yeah, I mean, I guess just to say, here's the gameplay. Alright then, guys, so this is the team that the opponent the computer had, I suppose, of the first squad battles game. So going into it, I wasn't exactly too optimistic, I have to say, especially considering the calibre of the teams we come up against. And straight away we did go 1-0 down in the first game from a Gabriel Jesus goal. Keeper was beating his near post. To be honest, he wasn't great throughout. Like, it was kind of a sign of things to come, but you know, at this point I was sort of like, you know what, I was kind of expecting that, and I'll just see how it goes. I should say as well that obviously these squad battle games were played on legendary difficulty, as I basically just tried to play on the same difficulty as I normally play on whenever I play with my normal team, just to make it a bit of a challenge, really. And it certainly was that. It certainly was a challenge throughout. Here's another chance for this guy. He's got Martial down the left wing, little cross in, but a weak header from Fred, but to be honest, it's difficult to generate the power from that kind of distance. So we get to about the 20th minute, and we are still only 1-0 down, so we managed to stay in the game to a certain extent, I would say. But there's an absolute thumping volley by Lacazette there, which put us 2-0 down, which at this point, I mean, I was really struggling to even like pass the ball, to be honest, with these players, let alone make chances. I wasn't exactly thinking there was any way back into this particular game, and it was also a bit of a write-off straight away. But nonetheless, obviously, we kept going, we persisted, we tried to get something out of the game, and Zé Louis with a very good effort, but that just went wide of the mark. But it was a good finesse shot. It wasn't a time finesse shot or anything like that, but just a good little finesse shot that he took on, and he nearly did pull us back into the game. Another opportunity here where we get the ball down in the wide areas. I believe this actually goes out for, is it Samedov possibly in this situation? I mean, we passed it around for a while actually. I don't know. This is actually another opportunity for Zé-Louis, which is well saved. In one of the games there was an opportunity for Samedov as well. I'm not sure it was this particular one, but he did have a decent current effort. I had a bit of an episode here where they actually put their player through on goal. I literally took him out. I mean, I don't know how it wasn't a red card. I know there was a covering player, but you've got to sort of consider what player was covering. Fantastic save from the free kick, really. I mean, I know it was straight at him, and he didn't catch it, but at least he pushed it away from the goal. But with that foul, I don't think my player even got a yellow, surprisingly. I thought he was going to get sent off, but we survived that. That was it was a good move, but the strike from Chiembe was absolutely awful. I mean, I was just like, God, I really am not going to score, am I? There was a decent shot by his Lucas Moura, I believe it was again a decent save. And then they get a corner from that where they literally just breeze past my player, a little 1-2, and then a finesse shot as beating the keeper at his near post. So after doing so well to force the corner, he then literally just threw everything that he'd done straight in the bin with an awful bit of goalkeeping there. So twice in that game he's been beaten at his near post. So after the first game I was sort of looking at the goalkeeper thinking, well, you're not really shining, are you, mate? You're not exactly doing your level best there to try and impress. And here's the opponent for the second match. Again, full gold team. It was a little bit unfortunate really, because the way that my squad battle set was, because I'd already played the first 2 games of the set, so it meant that, as to not kind of like waste games, I was actually playing against the 2 supposedly harder squads in the first 2 games for this particular team. And obviously we went 1-0 down there, literally like from kickoff almost. It was an absolutely tragic start. And then they go down the left with Coman, and then look at that. I mean, near post again. To be honest, I can't really blame the goalkeeper too much on that one. I mean, personally, I just don't understand how they can put that in from that angle. Tolisso, like on his weaker foot, to manage to get it to go in enough and curl enough to clip the inside of the post and like go in was outrageous. But we do finally get our first goal for this team, and it is Zé-Louis with the bullet header from the corner. Absolutely thumped it into the top left. And to be honest, it wasn't surprising that he got the first goal. Like you saw, like in the first game, he had chances, he looked really impressive, and he delivered in this game, getting the first goal for the team. And he was certainly going about it in the right way to try and put himself in my good books and give himself a chance to stay in the club. And he was really shining. That was a ridiculous effort from Kingsley Coman on the volley, which clipped the outside of the post. I mean, look at this on the slow-mo replay here. It literally just clips the outside of the post. Unbelievable strike. Could easily have been 3-1 at that point, but we were doing well to still be in the game at 2-1. We were putting up a good fight. And most importantly, we were competing, and there's another chance here for Zé-Louis where I managed to get him through, which was quite fortunate. The way that he controlled the ball, it was really odd, but it's a good save by their goalkeeper. I was a little bit frustrated myself that I didn't manage to put that in, but we did get another opportunity with Chiembe, which was well saved, and then it came to Luis Adriano, and he went for the bicycle kick, but it was just such like a half-hearted bicycle kick. I mean, look at it. It's like it was almost too low for a bicycle kick. It was just an odd one, and in the end he hit the side netting, and in the end it cost us, guys, because we lost that game 2-1. So we had 2 games played, 2 losses, but then we did get a chance to update the opponents, and then we came up against this bronze team. They get the first opportunity of the game, a really good save actually with the goalkeeper, really good save. It was a bullet header, to be honest, that one there, but I think we actually got this one away again from this corner, the resultant corner actually, and then they have a little snapshot, not really too close. But this particular game, not a lot really happened. It was one of those games where both teams were going like to and fro, back and forth, but they weren't really like creating a lot in terms of goal scoring opportunities. We did get one though on the 22nd minute from Zé-Louis, who thumped it into the top right. And as I was saying, guys, like, you can see now that he's easily the best player in this team. Like, playing up top, he was fantastic for us. He was easily going to be one of the players that I was going to keep hold of, and it was just a case if there was going to be anybody else that was going to join him. Most of the players I was thinking were just going to go, like, especially the goalkeeper. I know he made a couple of good saves, but you kind of expect him to save something. Like, he's obviously been a goalkeeper, but he got beaten at his near post far too often. And then here's the team for the division rivals game. I mean, God. De Gea, Red Willian, player of Lucas, De Bruyne, Fabinho, Fred, Lacazette. Like, it's crazy. That unbelievable team. And obviously, guys, we literally got slaughtered. Like, from kickoff, 1-0 down, Lucas Moura, straight away. At least it wasn't the near post, that one. At least it was the far post. Like, I kind of accept conceding that. So we were 1-0 down straight away. I don't think it took long to go 2-0 down, to be honest. Like, to be honest, first half, we really didn't compete in this particular game. I was really disappointed at how, you know, we just didn't really seem to get a grasp of the game and, like, the pace of the game. It was really difficult. Like, anytime he went forward, he literally scored. So another chance here on the 6th minute, Willian just curls it in. Good finish, to be honest. I can't really blame the keeper on that particular situation. There's another opportunity for him. Pulled back, Willian, 3-0, like 13th minute that was. We managed to survive actually till about the 27th minute, but then he put Lacazette in on goal, and look at that. What do you know? 4-0. We were getting absolutely slaughtered, and to be honest, at this point, I was literally thinking, like, it's literally going to be like 12-0. It's going to be a cricket score. It's going to be embarrassing. I hit a long shot with Zé Louis, smashed against the post. It was at that point where literally I was thinking, like, why not? Like, we weren't really getting many opportunities in that kind of area, so I was like, you know, I'll just smack it. He gets a chance, so he puts it over top to Willian, hits the shot, hits the post. He scores the rebound. When I hit the post, I didn't score the rebound, so it was 5-0 and going to half time. That was the effort from Samedov that I was talking about earlier on, guys. That was a decent little Kern effort. But look, we got to like the 73rd minute and we're still 5-0, so we did really well in the second half. We competed, and that was a thunderous strike by Chiembe, the bronze 62 rated central midfielder, Delphin Chiembe. What a goal for him. That's a memorable moment from this particular episode, guys. That's the moment I'm going to think of the most. Look at it, goes through all the bodies, pulls us back, and that game, we actually, like, there's a little moment here for him, but we actually won the second half, I'm going to say. Like, we won the second half 1-0. This game did finish 5-1, so that was a shot from Fabinho, but that is how the games went, guys. Alright then, guys, so obviously that was a bit of a rough ride with that particular team. You know, we had the 3 squad battle games. We managed to grind out 1 victory there, which was a 1-0 against a really, really bad team, like pretty much a full bronze team. I know we were playing on Legendary, but I would have liked to have been able to score more than 1 goal. The other 2 games on squad battles were just pretty savage. You know, not like amazing squads, but because they were gold, they were, you know, they were tough enough to make it a real challenge. The online game was actually, to be honest, I didn't really mind it. Like, I went into it with a mentality of literally getting absolutely battered, and to be honest, you know, we won the second half. Like, we won the second half 1-0. Obviously, we're 5-0 down at half time. At that point, I was expecting it to be like a cricket score, to be honest, but we didn't do too badly in the end. But this is kind of like the bit which I'm a little bit unsure as to how I'm going to go about it completely, guys. But I have an idea for now, and then whatever we do like down the line after we've done a few of these episodes, I'm not sure. I'm just going to have to kind of think about this. But what it comes to now, guys, is obviously we've had the performance for the players. Now, they've had their 4 games to shine. And now it's the verdict, really. I mean, I'm going to decide which players have earned themselves a place in my club and which players are going to be binned off onto the transfer list. So here we go. So we've got the goalkeeper. We have got, what's his name? Marcus Usitalo. You, sir, are just not meant to be mine. Ziggy Gordon. You, sir, are just not meant to be mine. Matthew Kilgallen. You, sir, are just not meant to be mine. Hanu Patronen. You, sir, are just not meant to be mine. This is not going very well for these boys, is it? Raul Lorente Raposo. You, sir, are just not meant to be mine. That was a tough decision, I have to say. That was a tough decision. I was tempted after a couple of games to keep him, but he's not meant to be mine. Delphin Chiembe. You, sir, you shined. Anthony Annan. You, sir, are just not meant to be mine. Rolly Bonavacia. You, sir, you shined. Alexander Samedov. You, sir. You're just not meant to be mine. Luis Adriano. You, sir. Are just not meant to be mine. And finally, Jose Luis Mendez Andrade, or in other words, Zay Louis. You, sir. You shined. And that is it, guys. Don't know, like, sorry for the suspense. It might have been a little bit weird. I just thought I'd do it like that. But that is how it went. We only had 3 players who have made it into the club. The rest of them are just going to be binned off. They just, you know, they didn't make it to the next round. I mean, I'm not sure what the next round is going to be, but I'm thinking of doing some sort of thing where I keep a record of all the players which have made it through and perform well in their 4 games, and then maybe like make some more squads out of the players which did well, and just kind of do it as a little competition or contest, something that is going to make it all the way to the end, and see which teams, like, see if I can make a team by the end of it that's going to be like some crazy hybrid that actually works and is actually quite good to use. But that's going to be the end of the video, guys. That was the first episode of 4 Games to Shine. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and let me know what you think. If there's anything you want me to tweak with it. I mean, it's obviously a little bit unusual, to be honest. I'm not sure if anybody's really done anything like it before. So if you did enjoy the video, then feel free to leave a like, comment, obviously, to let me know what you think. That would be much appreciated. If you want to see the latest episodes of 4 Games to Shine and any of my other FUT 19 content, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But that is it from me, guys. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.